Sofia Reyes believed in justice. From her childhood in San Antonio, she saw how the world could be unfair, and she dedicated her life to balancing the scales. As a brilliant immigration attorney, she fought for the vulnerable, the unseen, and the unheard. By her 30s, she was a beacon of hope in her community, a woman whose strength of character was matched only by her capacity for love. On a sweltering August afternoon, fate intervened. Rushing to a client meeting, Sofia literally collided with Leo Martin. He was charming, helpful, and when their conversation turned to their beliefs, he spoke with a passion that mirrored her own. He decried the injustices faced by immigrant communities, praised the work of activists, and seemed to genuinely understand her world. Sofia was swept away. Here was a man who wasn't intimidated by her success. He celebrated it. He seemed to be the perfect ally, a self-described progressive who ran a small tech startup. He integrated seamlessly into her life, charming her friends and colleagues at a fundraiser for immigrant rights. They saw a man who was not just an ally, but a true partner in their cause. No one could have guessed the monstrous secret hidden behind that perfect liberal facade. 6 months after they met, Leo proposed. For Sofia, it was a dream come true. Their wedding was a celebration of love and shared values. They built a home together, a sanctuary filled with laughter and plans for the future. But soon, the cracks began to show. At first, it was subtle. A dismissive comment about her radical colleagues, a joke about people who don't belong here. Sofia was shocked. Where was the man who had cheered her on? He would always apologize, blame stress, a bad day. She tried to rationalize it, wondering if some past trauma was causing him to lash out. She loved him, so she made excuses. The first concrete evidence came by accident. A piece of paper, hidden away, filled with hateful rhetoric. When she confronted him, Leo snatched it away, his face contorted with anger. He claimed it was research, that he was investigating the other side. The excuse was flimsy, and the kind, supportive husband was gone, replaced by a defensive, hostile stranger. The mask was slipping. The man who had married a proud Latina woman now made cruel remarks about her culture. He became controlling, criticizing her work, her friends, her very identity. The emotional abuse escalated, culminating in a shove during an argument. The line had been crossed. Sofia knew she was living with a stranger, a dangerous one. Driven by fear and a need for the truth, Sofia did the unthinkable. She breached his privacy and accessed his laptop. What she found was a nightmare. Folders of correspondence with nativist extremist groups, photos from secret rallies, plans to disrupt immigrant support networks, and then, the most damning evidence of all, he hadn't loved her. He hadn't shared her values. Their entire relationship, their marriage, was a strategic move in a warped, hateful game. He saw her not as a partner, but as a pawn, a way to infiltrate and sabotage the community she had dedicated her life to protecting. The love of her life was a lie, meticulously constructed by a bigot. Realizing she was in grave danger, Sofia knew she had to get the evidence to the authorities. She contacted a trusted friend in the FBI, arranging a meeting. But Leo's network was watching. She was being followed, threatened. Her own home was no longer a sanctuary. It was a trap. He knew. The charade was over. He confronted her, his voice dripping with a venom she had never heard before. The charming liberal was completely gone, replaced by the genuine extremist. He accused her of betrayal. He revealed his true, hateful self, calling her the very slurs he had once claimed to fight against. In a blind rage, he grabbed a heavy metal bookend from the shelf. The blow was fatal. Sofia Reyes, a warrior for justice, was killed in her own home by the man who had vowed to protect her. Sofia's disappearance sent shockwaves through the city. When police questioned Leo, his story was full of holes. He was nervous, evasive. A warrant for his electronics uncovered the horrific digital trail Sofia had discovered. The evidence was overwhelming. The correspondence, the threats, the forensic proof linking him to the murder and the disposal of her body. The trial exposed Leo Martin not as a loving husband, but as a calculating spy and a cold-blooded killer, motivated by a deep-seated racial hatred. The verdict was life in prison without parole. There would be no forgiveness for a crime built on such a foundation of deceit and hate. Sophia's story is a chilling reminder that evil doesn't always announce itself with a shout. Sometimes, it whispers the words you most want to hear, hiding a heart of pure malice behind a perfect smile. Her legacy is a warning that the battle against intolerance can be fought in the courtroom, in the community, and sometimes, tragically, within the walls of your own home.